Hello, this is Bill Steffen. Thanks for coming aboard today. We got a great day going weather-wise today. Temperatures will be up around 75 to 80 with some sunshine here during the afternoon. Hey, yesterday, Friday, we sounded the sirens for a test run, and they do that on the first Friday of every month from April through October here in Grand Rapids. And you may have heard the sirens go off. That was the official start of Festival in Grand Rapids, which should have been going on this weekend, but Festival is no more. I'm hoping they can revive that at some point in time. Take a look at the satellite picture here. There was one band of clearing that covered much of West Michigan here. From I-94 south, it was cloudy. And from about Kent County, from Newaygo County, maybe to the north, it was cloudy as well. But in the middle, there was a lot of sunshine. And you can see how that affected temperatures. At Hillsdale, 11 o'clock, 63 degrees and drizzling, pretty dreary day. Grand Rapids was mostly sunny and up to 70. Muskegon at the pier was sunny and 70. The wind was out of the east, and so the temperature on the beach at Muskegon was the same as it was inland. Later in the afternoon, the wind turned to the west, and it got a little cooler there. We'll show you that in a minute. But as we continue off to the north at Sheboygan, northern lower Michigan, it was 61 and raining. And up at Houghton, it was a pretty chilly day, 50 degrees and cloudy. So Grand Rapids won the weather lottery for Friday, and turned out we had a pretty nice day here. All right, let's take a look at an interesting picture here. This is a picture from the Muskegon Gluro camera, and I saw this, and it looked funny to me. If you take a look at there's a sailboat there on the left side of the picture, and if you look up toward the top of the sail, it looks like there's a ship going by. And to me, it looked like Noah's Ark. It looked like it was about the same dimensions on the front as on the back. And it almost looked like it was elevated above the water. I thought for a while it might be one of those mirages that we've had here a couple of times this spring. So that's kind of an interesting picture. Beach to air temperatures. This is kind of interesting. On the beach at Muskegon at noon, the temperature had risen all the way up to 74, and the wind was east, and then the wind went west off the lake. And look at how the temperature dropped. It was down to 65 an hour later at 1 o'clock, and by 3 o'clock, it was down to 59.7. So this is over a 3-hour period when the temperature is usually going up as we reach our high for the day by around 3 or 4 o'clock. And on the Muskegon beach, the temperature actually went down quite a bit. So if you'd have gone to the beach and it was 74 at noon, you're thinking, oh, the temperature's going to make it in the upper 70s, just like inland areas, be a nice day to sit in the sun. Well, it wasn't quite so nice. It got to be kind of, a little bit on the dreary side there. As you can see, the gray color there is mostly smoke in the air. But I just thought that picture there, probably a barge going by. I looked at the picture before this one and after, because they take them about every 30 minutes, and I did not see any boats out there at all. It just looked like the lake, and that was all you could see. So interesting picture there from over at Muskegon, and that was taken during the midday period here on Friday. Okay, here's a look at, that's an older picture from showing the smoke in the air, dimming the sunshine there. It's May 31st, but here's Saturday's forecast for the lake. We start out with an east wind, but it'll be light enough that I think the lake breeze is going to overcome that, and you're going to see the wind shift from east into the northwest at around 10 knots. Waves much of the day should be running about 6 inches, so not bad for most of the boaters out there. It won't be a lot of wind for the sailboats. High temperatures will be in the low 70s, and then I think just like yesterday, temperatures will fall back at least into the low to mid 60s here. Water temperatures on the Big Lake: Grand Haven at 52, Saugatuck at 53, Holland Channel at 59. Hoffmaster was warmest. I think that's the first time I've seen a water temperature at one of the beaches top 60 degrees. And Reed's Lake did make it up to 68. So if you want to go swimming, you might try one of the inland lakes. Water temperatures there are going to be warmer. Air quality remains a little bit of an issue here, though I've certainly seen it worse than what we have it now. The air quality alert, which was in effect for the counties in gray here, that expired at midnight. And an update on the fires in Manitoba, Canada. There's one additional significant fire now. We're up to 28. 8 of them are out of control. And sometimes you look on the good side of things. That would mean 20 of them are within some semblance of control, and that's good. There's 204 full-time firefighters fighting the fires there in Manitoba, and they have at their disposal 6 water bombers. By the way, there's, I think, 5 additional aircraft. Some of them, I think, are spraying chemicals or dropping chemicals down there. And they're up now to 41 helicopters. The helicopters drag boom kind of down through the water, pick up a slug of water, and then drop it. And those are very effective up there because there are lakes everywhere, and it's pretty easy to get water and go back and forth to the lake, get more water, and drop it. So hopefully they'll be able to make some progress on those here over the weekend and early next week. A little bit on Alaska. That was the picture I showed yesterday, and I just think that's amazing how much snow they've got left there. That's Point Lay, Alaska, which is on the Arctic coast, pretty far up. And temperatures on Friday, Valdez on the south coast of Alaska, high temperature there as I write this is 48, and their average is 62. So that's yet another chilly day. There's 3 days in the 40s there. And Utquagvik, 31. They almost made it to freezing. Dead Horse was 30, and Utquagvik has not been above freezing this year so far. So they're still waiting for their snow to melt. And like I said, they only get up to average temperatures in the mid 40s during July. Their average high temperature goes to 47, and that's as warm as it gets over the course of the year. And so there's really nothing there but a bunch of rocks. And eventually the ice does pull away from shore, and they get to see the ocean there a little bit. But that's an interesting place to be. Of course, they have the 24 hours of daylight between now and August 2nd there. Okay, one final note on the hurricanes here. This is a record now for the Northern Hemisphere, going back to the start of the satellite era, which they classify as 1973. We have had no hurricanes through June the 5th, and the old record was June the 4th. We have a couple of them down there, and if you take a look at the graphic on the left, the map on the left, no hurricanes, no tropical storms, no tropical disturbances in the Atlantic, and that's expected to be the case for the next week to 10 days at least. In fact, one of our maps shows nothing through January or through June the 20th, and maybe beyond. In the middle graphic map there, we have 2 tropical disturbances that will, at least one of them will intensify into a tropical storm, but maybe not a hurricane. We may not quite get to that level. Those who move northwest shouldn't present too much of a problem for the Mexican coast there. These are going to be pretty weak. But as they head up toward the Gulf of California, there's a little cooler water there. A hurricane needs about 28 degrees Celsius water in order to maintain itself, and it should weaken as it comes on up. So hurricane's not a problem. The other picture on the right, kind of above my head here, that is the Western Pacific Ocean. There is one tropical depression that they are following, and we do expect some tropical activity here in about a week or so, but unusually quiet there in the Western Pacific as well. All right, we're going to take a little time out now and thank our sponsors. We'll be right back with your weekend forecast and the extended outlook for next week.
Need a fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service? Complete Care Concierge has you covered. Serving all of West Michigan, we offer one-time, daily, weekly, and bi-weekly cleans, plus move in, move out. We also service apartment hallways and laundry rooms. Our work is guaranteed, gift cards are available, and we even clean on weekends. There's no better way to say I love you than giving a tired mom a break from dishes and laundry. Are you a busy professional? Pamper yourself by taking vacuuming and dusting off your plate. Office manager, keep your business looking and feeling its very best. Call 616-264-1397 today for a spotless space and total peace of mind.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We're just looking at our headlines. Mostly sunny for this Saturday. There'll be a few clouds, but not too many. Pleasant temperatures will be up in the 70s here for a good portion of the day. There's a good bet for some at least scattered, if not almost a solid line of showers and some thunder showers to come through here Sunday evening. I think most of Sunday will turn out to be dry, but as we get toward the dinner hour here, we're going to see those showers and thunderstorms move in off of Lake Michigan from west to east. So that's the time that we're likely to see some rain. And it looks pretty warm around the 12th through the 14th, and then again from about the 18th through the 20th. So if you're making your plans, the 12th through the 14th will be when the golf tournament's going on here, the LPGA event sponsored by Myers and or by Meyer, and it looks like temperatures will be in the 80s. The ladies are used to that, and they play an amazing game of golf. I was very impressed when I was out there walking around here the past couple of years, and I'm probably going to be out there again today. It's fun to watch. You can find a place to park in the shade there and stay cool. It's very reasonably priced to get in, and also the food and beverages are relatively inexpensive too. So if you got some time off, head out there and watch some of the best golfers in the entire world. Okay, let's go on and take a look at the long days of June. We've gained another minute of daylight now. Sunrise time at 6:04. It only goes to 6:03 here next week, and then that's as early as it gets before it starts working its way backwards again. Sunset time is at 9:19. And don't forget the sunblock out there. This is the time of the year when the sun's high in the sky, and it's pretty easy to get sunburned. Don't forget the sun ages your skin, so even if you're not really prone to getting a sunburn, it's a pretty good idea to get that SPF 20 plus, a little bit of that on you too. I wish I had that when I was a kid. I got sunburned quite a bit when I was a kid, and I wish they had that way back when I was a kid. All right, let's go on here. A lot of rain, eastern half of the country. Look at all the area in yellow that's going to get over 1.5 inches of rain over the next 3 days. From Texas and Oklahoma up through the Ohio River Valley and the Tennessee Valley and up into New England. And we do get some rain here in Michigan. We'll zoom in a little bit here and take a look at the rain here. We could use some rain. We're more than 3 inches shy of average rainfall since the first of the year in Grand Rapids. We've had, let's see, I wrote that down here, 79% of average precipitation here since the first of the year. And we're only expecting about 1/4 inch of rain or so on average. It'll vary quite a bit as these showers and thunder showers move through here Sunday evening. Some places will get 1/2 inch or maybe a little bit more than that. Other areas, not so much. So if you need rain, I hope you get some then. In terms of severe weather, wow, look at that huge area of yellow and orange across the south. Wow, that's just a very large area. Level 2 is the yellow slight risk, and level 3 is an enhanced risk. And that does come into Birmingham, Alabama. Hopefully we'll not see anything too severe there, but that's the area that's expected to get certainly at least some isolated wind damage from storms. While there is a chance for hail and an isolated tornado or two, wind damage is the main threat with these storms the next couple of days. We'll move ahead to Sunday and show you the kind of splits in two. You can see an enhanced area over parts of Oklahoma and Texas, and then a slight risk area that comes up to St. Louis, and another one across Georgia and the Carolinas. Look at that green marginal risk comes all the way up to southern Lake Michigan and the Chicago area here, and that again would be for Sunday evening. But the green indicates the light green indicates non-severe thunderstorms, a possibility here in lower Michigan Sunday evening. All right, this is the outlook for Monday, and once again, it targets the south, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, more rounds of heavy to occasionally severe thunderstorms rolling through the south here, a pattern more typical of late April into May rather than into June. Normally, severe weather tapers off in the south and gets focused a little bit more in the plain states, and then eventually works its way north. One of the states that gets a lot of severe weather during July is Minnesota, of all places. We'll talk about that a little bit later on here. All right, let's go on and take a look at today's forecast. 79 degrees the high, may make 80 if we're lucky or unlucky, depending on if you like the heat or not. Mostly sunny skies expected, partly cloudy overnight. Humidity falls to 40%. The general wind will be east at 5 to 10, pretty light, 5 miles an hour in the morning probably, up to 10 in the afternoon. And we do expect the wind to turn west-northwest or northwest off the lake during the afternoon as temperatures fall a few degrees. We'll take a look at some specific high temperatures for you. 79 for Grand Rapids, Holland Airport at 80. The lake breeze may come in a little after that, but South Haven closer to the water, high temperature around 69 or 70 before the lake breeze comes in, and you drop back to about 66 and then stay there for the late afternoon. You can see 70s off to the north, pretty comfortable day throughout the state. You like days like this because you really don't spend a lot of money either heating or cooling. You can see up in the UP, temperatures up in the low 70s over much of the area too. All right, then for Sunday, the map doesn't change much. It stays that color green, which means temperatures in the 70s. We're 79 here in Grand Rapids, 67 for South Haven. So if you want to stay a little bit cooler, head along the lake, South Haven, Ludington, Pentwater, Muskegon, Holland area, places to explore and enjoy a weekend day. Okay, the fireworks show should go on as planned for Fifth Third LMCU Park, 7:05 p.m. Saturday, sunshine as the game starts and about 75 degrees. The Whitecaps have been on a tear. They had one stretch here where they won 14 games out of 15, and they're hitting home runs. They're exciting to watch. So I want to take in one of the games here. Saturday's game is at 7:05. Sundays, I believe, is in the afternoon, and that is good because in the evening we have a chance for rain. But the game should be over Sunday before the rain moves in, so that's kind of good. And the long-range outlook here out to next Wednesday calls for mostly sunny skies for Saturday. A good bet for showers and thunderstorms in the evening here. There may be a lingering shower into Monday, and then I think we're dry Tuesday and Wednesday. Chance of rain, not zero, but it's only about 10%. You can see temperatures are mostly in the 70s, so maybe back up to 80 on Wednesday. And then later next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we may see temperatures up into the mid to even upper 80s here as some warmer air moves in from the plain states. The long-range outlook, 8 to 14 days, says temperatures will be above average here and across much of the country. Humid throughout the south, temperatures cooler than average along the west coast. And in terms of rainfall, the map shows much of the country seeing above average precipitation, including much of the south and east, and probably close to average here in West Michigan. So that's a look at our weather here. And Michelle working at the airport this evening, but she's left us a number of different slides. And we'll start with this. This is not festival weekend anymore. First full weekend of June, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday used to be festival weekend. But hey, let's have a birthday party. City of Grand Rapids, 175 years old, which is great. Today, June the 7th, from 2 to 5, Rosa Park Circle. There'll be music. There'll be a cake out there, big cake, games to play, crafts, and more. It's a family activity. So if you're looking for something to do, there's some shade you can find down there. You can listen to the music and enjoy some fine food, drinks. Happy birthday, Grand Rapids, 175 years old. It's always nice to talk about something older than me. All right. Also this weekend, Love Ludington weekend. Ludington is really a great place to be. I used to go up there and speak at the schools one day every week. They would rotate me from school to school. And then I think I spoke to the chamber or the Rotary at noon. So I was pretty hoarse by the end of the day. But great time. If you're looking for something to do on the 4th of July, that is one great party in Ludington on the 4th of July, one of the best 4th of July parties in the area here. But the Badger is going to be open for tours. There'll be a street party, local bed and breakfast tours, an art crawl, blessing of the boats, and a car show going on too. So head up there. You're going to get the 7th today. You're going to get a nice little lake breeze that'll develop. So if you're right down by the water, it'll be comfortable and should be a nice weekend to Love Ludington with the rain moving in here in the evening there. Quiz time from Michelle. This actor, singer, and comedian was born Dino Paul Crosetti in Ohio, and I know who it is already. June 7th, 1917. He was a famous Las Vegas act and a member of the Rat Pack. Remember the Rat Pack with, let's see, Frank Sinatra was in that. Was it Van Johnson was in that group? They used to get together. Sammy Davis Jr. was in that group. His signature song is "Everybody Loves Somebody Sometime." Remember that? And he did a lot of other things. He was the part of the comedy team with Jerry Lewis, and the answer is Dean Martin. There he is. Unfortunately, he smoked cigarettes, and I think that eventually did him in a little bit here. But he lived to a pretty good old age and left us with a lot of funny moments on film. Dean Martin, born on this date. All right, quiz time on June 7th, 1958. This boat launched from near Detroit. It was the largest carrier on the Great Lakes until 1971, and that tipped me off right there. It sank on November 10, 1975. Gordon Lightfoot memorialized the ship in his song, which included the lyrics, "The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down, from the big lake they call Gitche Gumee. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the witch of November comes early." Something like that. I might have missed a word in there, but I enjoyed the music of Gordon Lightfoot. I heard him sing live in Kalamazoo once and enjoyed the concert. That was the Edmund Fitzgerald, and as you can see, here it is, the Edmund Fitzgerald, which sank November 10, 1975, amongst hurricane force winds. If only they had left a little earlier or had chosen to hide behind one of the islands there, Michipicoten Island maybe, and waited for the winds to let up. But that was the last real major shipwreck on the Great Lakes, and that was now we're at 50 years already coming up here. So interesting. Why is it named the Edmund Fitzgerald? Edmund Fitzgerald was the president and board chairman of Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, which owned the ship. It's interesting. Life insurance company that owned the ship. And it's kind of interesting. Edmund Fitzgerald will be remembered not for being an astute businessman, but for lending his name to a boat which sank. So interesting. Okay, another quiz. June 7th is a holiday in this country. The day marks the anniversary of a memorandum demanding the use of local language and local administration. Don't know as of yet. Let's see if we get another hint. Its capital, Bratislava, yes, now I know, is a 1-hour drive east of Vienna, Austria. The country was united with the Czech Republic from 1918 to 1993, part of the USSR. It was Czech plus Slovakia. So this is the Slovakia part of it. And let's see, I know Michelle was there, so maybe she's added a picture or two. June 7th is the anniversary of the memorandum of the Slovak Nation Day. Interesting. And that, I believe, let's see what it says, Danube River from Bratislava, Slovakia, from daughter number 3. And as you can see, the river very calm there. Looks like a long, skinny lake, but interesting. And the boats go up and down on the beautiful Blue Danube, they call it. This is looks like the downtown area, or pretty close to it. One of the electric trolleys that runs up and down. We used to have those in Chicago when I was a kid. In fact, they used to come right up Greenleaf Street in Wilmette, right up through the middle of the street. And then they were taken out. They were kind of redundant because the Chicago Northwestern Railroad ran along pretty much the same path from Chicago up to Milwaukee. So, but interesting. Oh, we'll salute Bratislava. And a somber anniversary today, remembering the victims of the June 7th Kalamazoo bicycle crash. That's on the road that goes up to the Nature Center. If you're leaving the downtown area, just continue on north. And you'll pass some bicycles that have been painted white, the ghost bicycles that are there. Remind everybody of these 5 individuals here that lost their lives The offender is serving a 40 to 75-year sentence for driving under the influence of illegal and prescription drugs. So I'll remember them on this date. Okay, a couple of pictures to close with here from Dave Verhoeven. This is the Platte River. We vacationed one year for 4 or 5 days at Little Platte Lake, and I know the Platte River goes through several lakes in one side, out the other, including I think Big Platte Lake, because I remember taking a kayak through that area there. The water looks a little green. I guess that's that duckweed that you get right there, but it's a really nice paddle, and that's a very high traffic area. There's a lot of people that ride tubes down the Platte River from the lake area on down toward Lake Michigan there. There's a Platte River in Nebraska as well. Sally sends us a picture from Bisbee, Arizona, and this looks like to be pretty close to sunset with the sun kind of hiding behind the mountain there. That area is in southeast Arizona, and well, there's a map right there that shows a star right where Bisbee is. A little bit, is it south of Tucson? But it's in the Tucson TV market there, and they're at a slightly higher elevation than the Phoenix area. They get ever so slightly more rain than Phoenix or the Yuma area would get. It's named in honor of a judge who financially backed local mining operations, so he gets a town named after him. And let's see what else we got here. Another picture from Sally, Holland. This is Holland State Park. You can see the soft pink color there, probably right around sunset or thereabouts, where the sun is shining a little bit underneath the cloud deck there and illuminating it in that or not bright, but that very pretty Easter-like pink color there that you see. A really nice picture. Okay, and we have here from John Doherty up in Benzie County. This is what looks like some robin's eggs that would be in the color blue, though there are other eggs that would be in the color blue as well. But that's really pretty. We've had robins in our front yard, evergreen, and a couple other spots in the yard as well. So we were familiar with those, but those look like they might be robin's eggs. John, thank you for that. And from John Scully, picture showing the smoke in the air, dimming the sunshine, kind of a yellowish gray color off to the west as the sun sets out over Lake Michigan. Thank you, John, for sending that to us. And you can send us slides as well. I'm at Bill Steffen 616. I am at on YouTube at Bill Steffen 616 and at BillSteffen.com as well. So thank you so much for hanging with us here until the end. I had a lot to share with you here. We'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks so much for helping us out and patronizing our sponsors. Remember, Ace Handyman Services and Complete Care Concierge. We thank them for their support. Have yourself a great weekend.